welcome. This is Vivica Williams, and you're watching Head to Head. Today, we're talking about fake news. Just a few years ago, the term wasn't widely known, but now fake news is seen worldwide as one of the greatest threats to democracy. Debunking false journalism is extremely important for Ukraine, who's fighting Russian hybrid aggression. And the international volunteer community, Informnapalm, was created to do just that. To talk more about fighting fake news, we're joined in the studio by Mykhailo Makaruk, a spokesperson for Informnapalm project. Hello, and thank you for coming.
It's a big honor for me.
Yes. So tell me, I want to talk about how your organization works, how they collect the data that you get.
I understand your question. Informnapalm is a volunteer communication. We are not NGO, we are not government structure. We are also simple volunteers who works on field of open source intelligence. We are gathering the biggest database about Russia aggression in Ukraine, which complete us more than 44 types of modern Russian weapons, which produce only in Russia and have only Russian military troops. Also, we have database about more than 100 military units from all over Russia and also from Tajikistan, occupied territories of Georgia, from Transnistria, which was situated during this conflict on Donbass. Also, 2 months ago, with connection with Ukrainian Cyber Alliance, we published that list, which included 1,088 persons who captured Crimea. We speak only about the professional military guys, which are now in Russia, our army. Oh, wow. Also, we know that our enemy is enemy everywhere. We have some different researches about Syria. We published the list about more than 100 pilots of Russia Federation who bombed Syria. We published the names, photos, where they live, the models of planes, the numbers of planes, and we also make another job. We translate our information more than 30 languages over the world.
And so so you focus on the military aspect of fake news?
Yes, sure. We was one of the first organizations who destroyed the fake news about MH17. And we give the real good facts about that it can be maybe Ukrainian plane or it can be Ukrainian anti-air system, and we destroyed it during some days.
And what kind of sources? So you say you use open source data, and how do your volunteers find this information?
We have a good team which provides their job in different social media from different Russia channels. For example, the TV channel Zvezda gives them more information than Sensing. Also, we have another type of work. It's the human intelligence. We have the people who trust us, and they give the information about Russian troops only for us, not for some government structure, special structure, only for us, our volunteers, because we have only one treasure, it's our own reputation.
Absolutely. And how is your data used? What are some examples that you've seen that organizations, whether government or international, have used your data?
I give you some examples. For example, our Ministry of Justice take our database and use it for the GAGA and different international organization for the cure house about Ukraine against Russia. Also, another type is the informational war. We give this for our member of parliaments, for example, Sergei Vysotsky, who represent Ukraine in OSCE mission, and he show our information over the world. And another type of information we get is the good connection with Ukrainian Cyber Alliance, who gives for us their database, and we analyze it and publish it over the world. For example, maybe you know such publication which call it Surkov Leaks. It was our job. Also, we make another types of publication about Russia Orthodox Church. It's about database of Kirill Frolov, who was the headmaster in Russia, administrative of president, who are headmaster of this organization.
I remember seeing a lot of your data on this. And what are some of the most shocking or revealing data that you've come across?
I think it's Surkovliks, because it was 3 parts, and we show that the plans about destroying of Ukraine, and the third part was the database of emails of his personal assistant in Zimba, who was the some headmaster of this organization, which must call it Novorossiya. Also, Times published that from
Novorossiya being this idea of creating this new Russia. It's
new
an
Russia
old
world.
idea, this part of taking part of Russia.
But 3 weeks ago, Times used our publication, and
the New York Times, or
we say about the Times, and they published that the famous plan Troya about the capture of Zaporizhzhia region, which gave information for our dams.
Oh, wow. So you see that this is being used by around the world for other news organizations to debunk this information, and not just to debunk false news, but really to share information that has been held secretly.
Because nowadays the budget of Russia propaganda is more than $3 billion. But we can destroy this propaganda only with the truth and facts, real facts. It's the most powerful weapon against this propaganda team.
And having this database really helps other organizations to be able to use this.
Yeah, sure. Sometimes we have some tactical information which we give for our military guys, our state security services. And yesterday we published that a new information about a private Russia military company which call it Wagner's.
You're right, right. This has been a very...
And we published the new list about that guys who are Ukrainian citizen and became these murders in Syria, which call it special unit Karpaty in this private military company. 1 week ago, that the head of state security service, thanks for our team. It was a big honor for us, for our job, that we give such information for them also.
And I know that you said earlier that you publish in about 20 different languages. How do you manage this? What volunteers do you have throughout the world to be able to coordinate in these?
It's very simple, because we have no money. During 4 years, we have no money from no government structure, no NGOs. We want to take some grants, but the Western companies say that's impossible because you are on the information front line. It's very interesting for us, but they are also simple volunteers who want and have one goal. It's our victory. We want to back our home to Crimea.
And also to counter and it's not just affecting Ukraine, this false news that's sent out. It affects other democracies throughout the world.
1 week ago, I was in Prague in Stratcom NATO, and I understand one simple thing, that Western world only now became understand about that they have lose informational war nowadays against Russia, and they became a built new system of their own informational defense.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for bringing this insight to how this works and how you're really working to help not just Ukraine, but a lot of structures throughout the world to fight this propaganda.
I want to give you exclusive information. We make a big research about this private military companies of Russia. Nowadays, we have some information about this military company which are situated in some countries of Africa, Middle East and Europe. Oh, wow. And they made their activities.
Oh, wow. And have you released this data, or is this something you're releasing?
No, we make the good articles and we publish it, but I give you the press review and exclusive information about this topic.
So this is something new that you've uncovered with not just operating, they're moving from Syria and some other well-known places into Africa as well.
They come not only Africa, they come to new countries in Middle East. They became their activities, and they became get new people from Europe countries, so Balkan countries.
Wow.
And it's big dangerous, because in hybrid war they use regular forces and irregular forces, and we must show all the world that's a dangerous thing.
Wow, we're looking forward to seeing when you release some more information about this and we can have you on to discuss it.
I think it will be good.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Mykhailo.
Thank you.
And that was Mykhailo Makaruk. He's the spokesperson for Informnapalm project. Thank you for watching UATV and stay tuned for more.